It's the K-Country Morning Show with Gabe and Carrie.
You can listen to us on the K92.3 app and on this podcast.
It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. Happy Wednesday. We have made it, Carrie, to Wednesday, the middle of the week. In 2 days, I am off to... I can't remember the exact lake off the top of my head. I'm going to have to...
Okoboji.
I know we're going to Okoboji, but I don't remember which lake in the area.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
I will have to do some texting. I can't remember exactly where it is because
Or you
there's
can
like
Google
West
it.
Lake Okoboji.
Okay.
Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm excited for that. What about you, Carrie? How's your day yesterday?
It's fine. I applied to cover the Minnesota Lynx game against the Indiana Fever, and I'm still waiting on a reply. So we'll see if I go.
When's that game?
It's this Saturday.
Oh, wow. That game will be jam-packed.
I know. And if I don't get press tickets or if I don't get press access, I'm just going to go buy tickets,
Okay.
and just have a good time.
And just slum it up in the upper rafters.
Yeah, I don't care. I just want to be there. Maya Moore's her jersey is retiring. Caitlin Clark's going to be there. It's going to be a fun time.
Now, Maya Moore, one of the greatest. It's the K-Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Miss Carrie Mack. We've got the 5-second rule game here for you to warm up your brainstem. Miss Carrie, are you ready?
I am as ready as I will ever be, honestly.
Right on. You and I both have listened to Post Malone's F1
Yes.
Trillion album. Now, if you don't remember the exact name off the top of my head, that's fine. Maybe you can just tell me who he sang with or something. But what were your 3 favorite songs from that album?
I liked Nosedive with Lainey Wilson. I
Yep.
just love any Lainey Wilson song.
Yep.
Loser with Jelly Roll.
Sure.
That's a good one. And then what was the Dolly Parton one? I like the Dolly Parton song. It's something about love. Let me check that out quickly.
Beautiful. I can't
Yeah.
remember the name either, and I do know the song you're talking about.
Yeah, just fire songs.
I only listened to it. Well, I only had one listen through, so it's hard for me to remember all the names.
Yeah, I listened to it on the way to and the way back from the Iowa State Fair last Friday.
That's beautiful.
So the song that I'm thinking of is Have the Heart by Dolly Parton and Post Malone.
Oh, that song stunk, actually. No, I'm just kidding. That's a great song.
Name 3 things that actually stink.
Feet,
There we go.
armpits.
The Vikings.
No, they don't stink. They're actually historically one of the most winning franchises in football. They just can't win a Super Bowl. Who else stinks? I'm trying to think. You know what can stink? A packing plant, a meat packing plant.
Oh, yeah.
They can have an odor to them.
Yeah, an odeur, a parfum, for sure.
That's right. Was that perfume?
It's a fancy way of saying perfume, and it's like a different version of it, I think.
Okay. Carrie, I want to know 3 of your favorite accents to do on the K-Country Morning Show, and you have to do them.
Okay, I like a southern one. That one wasn't good. That's fine. I do declare. I do like that one.
What, like Southern Belle kind of thing?
Southern Belle, for sure.
I know one you should be doing right off the bat here, too.
You betcha, don't you know? I gotta go get the loons. I gotta go find the balloons with the loons on them, Minnesota. That's just your wife.
That was a bit wild, but all right.
I'm just doing an impression of your wife.
I was waiting for an impression of your mother.
Oh. Carrie! She doesn't even have that bad of a smoker's voice. Carrie, your cat punched me in the face. Carrie, where's the coffee? I can't go anywhere without my coffee.
Oh, that's so funny.
Gabe, can you name 3 accents that you love doing and you have to do them for me?
I do not. I am not an accent guy. I can't do them, but I do like to hit you with like a brother. Come on now, brother.
Hey, brother, let's
What
go.
up, brother?
Hit it up, brother.
That's right. So I'll get the Southern accent going on in there.
That's more like bro Southern.
Yeah,
Brothern.
it is very bro Southern. You're
Brothern.
right. You're right. What is another accent I like to do? Well, it's not fair because you took Minnesota.
Well, that's your regular accent.
Well, I would do Canada, eh?
Okay, Canada, don't you know?
Yeah, up there.
Up there.
Sorry.
Do they have any loons up there?
I'm sure they do.
Okay.
And then another accent I like to do. Park the car.
Oh, park the car in the Harvard Yard. Come on, smart park.
That's right.
We got to go to Dunkin' Donuts. That's Minnesota and Boston for some reason.
There was quite the combo there.
Yeah, it was quite a
Carrie.
combo. But that's what America is. It's a melting pot.
That's right. Carrie, I want you to name 3 things you could cook in a pot.
Stew?
Yeah.
Like things I can actually cook or things that...
Just in general.
Okay. Stew, a pot roast, and cereal.
And you know what? If you're one of those old creepy stories about witches, they would put the kids in the old melting pot. Do you remember those creepy stories
The
as a kid?
cauldron, yes.
The cauldron, yes.
Yeah. I definitely remember those.
K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. We want to know, what was something you did when you were younger in school, and it could be high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever, that caused you to get written up or sent to the principal's office? And now vice versa, if you have a kid who did something really funny but still naughty and they had to go to the principal's office, what was it? Let us know here on the K92.3 app or Facebook. Once again, funny to us as adults, naughty when you're in first grade.
I never had to go to the principal's office. I was very lucky. And by lucky, I mean I was just very well behaved. I was too nervous that I would get in trouble for anything. But I did get in trouble when I was a young kid a few times because I don't know if you're aware of this, Gabe. I can be a bit slow.
Okay.
A bit slow to do things. I like to take my time.
Sure.
You
do operate at the pace of smell.
I
yes.
do. I am very slow. I remember we were cleaning up for kindergarten, and I was going very slowly to pick up stuff because I didn't want to, get back into class learning mode. I just wanted to keep playing. So I was slowly putting things away.
Right.
And they're like, you got to hurry up.
Stall.
Yeah. You got to hurry up. Come on. I was like, no, I don't want to. I'm going as fast as I can. And they're like, you got to flip a card. Do you remember flipping cards?
Oh, yeah.
I was terrified. And the worst part was I was always scared to tell my mom, even though they never there was never a note sent home about how badly I was behaved.
Yeah, it wasn't until you had your cards get flipped 3
Red.
times to red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still confessed to my mom no matter what because I was worried that someone would somehow
Loser.
find out. I know.
I'm just kidding.
But I think it was because I was going too slow or I just wasn't I was just going at the pace of smell.
Which has not changed any in 20 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will admit that. I
Right.
go at the pace of smell. Gabe, I feel like one of us was a bit more naughty as a kid, and it wasn't me.
Oh, are we saying it was me?
Yeah, we know you were
Yeah.
the naughty one.
I wasn't super naughty.
You weren't going out and graffitiing school.
I did get in trouble for that when I
You
was
did?
15 years old. Yes, I did get in trouble for that when I was 15.
You were-
Now I didn't do it, but I was with the person who did.
Oh, sure.
I drove us there.
I wasn't smoking the cigarette. I was just holding it for a friend.
I wasn't even holding it. I was just there. But yeah, I drove the car.
Oh, you drove the getaway car.
Yeah, so I was 16 years old,
Okay.
not 15. I had my
Okay.
license. That's very funny that you brought up graffiti of all things. That's exactly what I got in trouble for when I was 16 years old.
Oh, my
But
God.
anyway, when I was a kid, I only got sent to the principal one time,
Yeah.
and it was in first grade. And they didn't even tell my parents, I don't think.
Yeah.
But we would go to lunch, right?
Yeah.
And then on the way back from lunch, I was already trying to skip class in first grade. My buddy and I would walk back right to the classroom.
Yeah.
But then just sit on the outside of it,
That
in the
is so
hall.
funny.
Just right around the door
Yeah.
to not have to go in. Then we just made it seem like, oh, we took forever to get back from lunch and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Well, one of the other teachers caught on to our incredible plan here.
Your genius maneuver.
That's right. And sent us to the principal's office for it in first grade.
Oh, little Gabe.
And I thought I was going to get in so much trouble, but I did not. The principal said, hey, when you're done with lunch, please from now on go back into class. And I never did it again.
Good for you.
But it's kind of funny to think, oh man, my kid's trying to skip school already. He's 6, or 7. Or
1 minute you're skipping first grade, the next minute you're graffitiing
I
up your high
didn't
school.
do it. I was just there, Carrie.
Is that what you told Mama Glidden?
Country Morning Show. My name is Gabe Glidden. Good morning. And Iowa has set a couple of records here. One that we hope to never break again. Another one I think people are hoping we break next year here, as we have broke the record for tornadoes, Carrie. Which
great.
you can read about on the K92.3 app. Hopefully that's one we'll never see again. Sadly, it is only August. There's a chance we actually blow past that record, and that is no pun intended.
I was about to say that.
Exactly. But here's a record that is pretty cool, I think, at least in my opinion. We basically have shattered the state fair record this year from the previous record in 2019. We smashed the attendance record by 12,307 people. So not like, 100, 200, 300. 12,307 people. More people, attended the fair this year than the previous record.
That's a lot. Okay, this is going to sound dumb. That's a lot of people, Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know what else to say. 12,000 people. I mean, it just proves that, even after COVID, people are just really wanting to get back, get those corn dogs, see those great concerts that the Iowa State Fair always brings. And it is, in fact, a much better record than the Twisters.
Yes, the total attendance for the 11-day fair was 1,182,682 people, which blows past the 2019 record by a landslide. So pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of the, obviously, State Fair vendors and booths really appreciated that. But I'm sure Iowans just really appreciated 11 days of, for the most part, I believe, pretty nice weather.
Yeah, it was pretty nice weather. I went last Friday, and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as, how would I describe it? Chill as the previous days had been, I heard. So it was a bit warmer, but it just proves that people are really excited to get out there. And kids, I feel like this is a great way to put it. This is the end of the summer. That is the best way to end summer.
That's right. There are a ton of other kind of records that were broke for the state fair. For example, the first Saturday of the fair, the sixth day of the fair, the Sunday of the first Sunday of the fair, You can check this out on the K92.3 app. A lot of numbers there, but pretty cool, I think. Just, when the weather's nice, Iowans show up and we show out.
It's the K Country Morning Show on K92.3, and it's time for your Nashville News Minute. And we have to come to our very good friend, our BFF, friend of the show, Lainey Wilson's defense today, because being a celebrity can be tough. Not as tough as not being a celebrity sometimes, but hey, whatever. Everyone can just say whatever mean thing they want to you behind the safety of their keyboard. That's one of the problems with being a celebrity. But Lainey Wilson just showed the perfect way to clap back to online trolls. Someone recently commented on Lainey's post and said, "Dance is better than she sings. Maybe stick with that instead."
I saw this clip.
So Lainey posted a clip on her Instagram highlighting her best dance moves and showed that dude what's up. She even ends the dance with a God bless you to add in some serious sass to whatever person wrote this. You can check out the video on the K92.3 app.
We might need to thank that person, though. 'Cause without the troll, we don't get that clip. It's a funny clip.
I would have preferred someone not to be cyberbullied, but hey, I get what you're saying. Check out the video on the K92.3 app. Just trolls got to stop trolling.
To the halfway point.
That's a good way to put it. I have to be more positive about that.
That's right. We got the wind at our back and the sails at full whatever. Mast?
Yes.
I don't know anything about sailing. I'm sorry. I grew up in Minnesota. We just have pontoons. Okay.
I feel like the wind is in my face today for some reason. I am tired. The cats woke me up at the booty crack of dawn.
Beautiful.
And I am just on the struggle bus. I did not take my little caffeine packs that I put into my water now.
Okay.
So I'm running on no caffeine either.
That's so interesting because you were fairly anti-caffeine when I first got here.
Yeah.
And you're on the bandwagon with us.
I'm on you need a little bit of caffeine.
Sure.
That's what a medical professional told me, that I need some caffeine.
That's beautiful. Well, you know what? We'll get through this one together, Carrie, but we've got some exciting stuff coming up today. We have to admit it. You are older than when this happened. I am older than when this happened. And when you look back on it as an adult, it's kind of funny. When you were a kid, it was kind of a little bit naughty. We want to know what are some things that you got in trouble for, or maybe your kid got in trouble. Maybe you can blame them.
Yeah.
Your kid got in trouble for that, was naughty. They shouldn't have done it.
Nope.
Or you shouldn't have done it. But it's hard to not kind of laugh at it.
Honestly, like childhood stories are so funny because you can definitely tell what type of person this person is depending on like what sort of naughty things they got up to.
That's right. Let us know on the K92.3 app or Facebook. We'll share some of those. It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. What'd you just do with that little piece of paper?
Oh, I put my gum in it.
I heard you tear it, and I saw you put this little piece of paper up to your mouth. I was like, are you licking paper?
Carrie licks paper.
I'm not judging. I was just like, what? Because I was working on my laptop. I'm like, what is going on over there?
I'm like one of them cats that likes to eat cardboard, but it's paper.
It was just I obviously caught the last
nom, nom,
half
nom,
second
nom.
of that. That was one of the stranger things I thought I had ever seen. But now I just realized you're politely putting your gum in a piece of paper to, I'm assuming, throw in the garbage and not leave on the table over there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to throw it out after this break. I will say this, though. I think it's bold to assume that I'm eating paper. I think it's very Pennsylvania-ist because, Scranton, known for The Office,
okay.
paper company.
All right.
We don't all eat paper out in PA.
All right. That wasn't a stretch at all.
We eat coal.
That's right.
And hoagies, as well as Philly cheesesteaks.
Carrie, what's something that you did that was kind of naughty when you were young? Mm-hmm. But looking back on it, it wasn't harmful. You didn't hurt anybody. You didn't hurt yourself. So it's just kind of funny.
Oh, wait. Didn't harm anyone because I did do something that was very naughty, and I look back on it and I was like, oh, dang. And I did hurt someone by accident.
Oh. Well, I would love to hear that story at some point, but that's not our topic today.
Well, okay, there was another instance that I'm thinking about. When I was about maybe 9 or 10 years old, my aunt told me a story about how my mom scared her when they were little girls, how she hid under the bed and grabbed her ankle when she was going to the bathroom. And she was so scared, she was so scared she peed on her.
Sure.
That situation. So I was like, ha, 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 that's funny. I'm going to recreate that with my sister. No urine involved, though.
Okay.
So my sister and I shared a room. We had a bunk bed. I was on the top bunk. She was on the bottom bunk. And she's 5 years younger than me. So if I was maybe 12, she was 7, I think. It was around that age. So she went to the bathroom and I got under the bed. But the problem was there was no under the bed because it was a bunk bed, if that makes sense. So it was I don't know. You could not get underneath it, really.
Okay.
It was wooden. It was the wooden frame, kind of. But it was dark, so I just hung out there and laid down there for a minute, waiting for her to come through because it was dark. And she came through. I grabbed her ankle, and she starts screaming. And my mom comes in, and she's like, "Why'd you do that?" I was like, "You did it when you were a kid." And she was like, "No, I didn't." And I was like, "Yes, you did. Aunt Jean said so." So full circle. Don't tell your nieces or nephews about any sort of pranks that they pulled because then they'll end up terrifying their younger sister.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I remembered that. I remembered that one. Gabe, I feel like you were kind of naughty as a kid, even naughtier than I am.
Yeah, kind of. I wasn't super naughty. I never got in
You were bad.
Yeah, I never got in actual trouble, but yes.
You still are naughty. As a 30-something-year-old man, you're very naughty.
The trouble I get into at 33 is the exact same as when I was 6.
It's very innocent, very harmless. Mine probably caused emotional damage to my sister.
Sure. Well, I remember in first grade, my buddy and I were already trying to skip class. How old are you in first grade? 7?
Barely.
Something like that? 6, 7? Yeah. We were trying to skip class after lunch. We had kind of realized, hey, if we go real slow and take a long time to kind of finish eating, there's no one who really tells us to go back to class. So we would take some extra bites, walk real slow, stop to go to the bathroom, get back to class.
So that's me at Target.
There's a lot of things we would try to do to make this take forever. And we'd get back to the door. Instead of walking into the class like everyone, we would just sit on the outside of it. Because we had this genius plan thinking if teachers walked by, they'd just think we got sent out and we were in trouble.
Oh, you weren't when you were actually doing something that would get you in trouble.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so we would do that just for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not super long, but just something to do instead of going into the classroom. Sadly, a teacher across the hallway
saw what was up.
Miss Moss definitely found out what the plan was. And sadly, our heist was up and she sent us to the principal's office.
Aw.
And they didn't, the principal didn't even tell my parents about it. I don't think, anyway.
Because it was harmless.
Yeah, we weren't doing anything. We were just sitting there. But he basically told us, like, hey, quit doing that. Like, I'll have to tell, like, your parents if you do it again.
Yeah.
And so I never tried to skip class again.
Good.
Right after that, I was scared straight. It
We
was
love
like
that.
the TV show of the kids who go to jail.
We love that.
Yep.
That reminded me of an instance when I was in second grade, and I just didn't feel like doing math for a few days.
Sure.
So our classroom was cool because it had its own bathroom attached to it.
Okay. I've never heard of that. That's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
no, it was very fancy.
That's very unique.
Very unique for a second grade class. So like whenever math was going on, I would go into the bathroom and just hang out in there for like 10, 15 minutes. And I remember doing like push-ups on the bathroom floor
Sure.
or sit-ups because I was like, I'm bored. I don't want to go back to class.
Yeah.
But then a teacher, I think like the teacher's aide came through and was like, hey, what are you doing? And they saw me like doing a sit-up on the floor and we're like, just get back into your bathroom.
I'm just trying to get it flowing in here.
I was the last person to finish the mile. Come on, let me get some workout in.
Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs coming up, and we already do have some comments on Facebook we want to share. Dave has a good one about getting into an argument that we will have on the way here. And let us know what's something, that was kind of innocent, but still kind of naughty that maybe you got in trouble for when you were a young kid here on the K Country Morning Show. A little celebration of school potentially starting for a vast majority of the state this Friday. It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. What was that? That's paper number 2 I've seen go up to your face.
It's piece of gum number 2.
So in the span of that I don't know, 10 minutes, you got rid of a piece of gum and put in another piece of gum?
Yeah, because I'm
knowing we were going to have to chit-chat?
I need to focus, and this is focusing gum.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called mental focus gum.
Really?
This is not sponsored. I got it at Quick Star.
This is real?
Yeah, this is real. It helps me focus.
Goodness, I might have to bum a piece. Carrie, what are some things that people did that was kind of funny when they were young, but they admit it was kind of naughty?
Yeah, they're admitting it. They're admitting the naughtiness here on the K Country Morning Show. And we got some good ones here. Dakota Dave said, got into an argument with my sister over something. Oh, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Ooh.
You need me to take over here?
No, I got it. Ooh,
right.
I feel 10 pounds lighter. Got into an argument with my sister over something. Can't remember what, but I put a marble in her bed after she was asleep. That's funny. Every time she moved, it stayed right against her. So she woke up in the middle of the night screaming and crying, thinking there was a spider in her bed sheets. Dad was laughing while he scolded me.
That's great. You know what that reminds me of? If there's like, if you get a tiny little rock in your shoe, it's just annoying. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to really cause any damage, but it's super irritating.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of that. Imagine going to sleep and there's just a little marble somewhere in your bed. Every time you roll over, you turn.
Yeah.
There's just this thing kind of uncomfortably laying against your ribs or your back or your stomach or whatever.
Yeah, Dakota Dave's little sister was like the Princess and the Pea.
Ah, what a connection.
There we go. Look
What
at that.
a connection.
That's the focusing gum.
That's right.
Courtney said, my roommates and I stole a big water slide.
What?
The city we were in was taking down a water slide and installing a larger swimming center, like the falls. 8 of us got in there and walked the water slide behind some trees. I didn't get in trouble with my parents until 20 years later.
Dang, brother.
What'd you do with the water slide?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's a wild move.
That's cool, though. I could just picture like a bunch of friends. I'm assuming you were in college. You had a few too many drinks. You're like, we're going to go steal the water slide. This is going to be sick, bro.
That sounds like something out of a television show.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I don't know if it'd be 20 years later. I mean,
she said
20 years later?
She said my roommates and I stole a big water slide.
Oh, I missed that part.
So either she went to a private school or she was in college.
That's incredible.
Susan said my dad showed me by example how to hold a push pin in between your fingers, then give a high five. A couple years later, the opportunity arose for me to do it to him. My mom says, well, you taught her that. And after the initial pain, he laughed and just shook his head.
That would actually drive me insane. I would hate that.
But here's the thing. Most likely, it's you who taught your kid that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, who can
You're
you really...
You're reaping the consequences of your own actions, brother.
There's not a whole lot of room to blame.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the ones where you look in the mirror and you go, you know what? That day, I might have been 0 for 1.
Yeah.
That specific day, I taught a skill that, I don't need to know if I needed to pass on.
Well, and then you just keep doing it back to her. That's what I would do. Like, you would grab another pin and be like, oh, we're going to do this again. High five.
It just never ends.
It never ends. But then it becomes a fun little joke between you two, yada, yada, yada. Keep these coming on the K92.3 app.
Is there anything you did as a young child that was kind of funny, but you are willing to admit it was kind of naughty? You shouldn't have done it. 92.3. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this, but your update on Carrie's gum situation this morning. We are on a third piece of gum in 40 minutes.
I'm just going to put it like in the corner of my mouth.
Sure.
And we're just going to see what happens.
Okay. If at any point Carrie
I start choking,
coughing or choking on the air, let me get a video and then No, I'm just kidding. I would help you.
Here's the thing. With one hand to God,
I would help you.
With one hand, you'd grab your camera to record it for the views.
Well, because then I get to go down as the hero.
I know. Yeah. And then with the other hand, you're doing CPR.
That's right.
So you are multi-talented. You contain multitudes, Gabriel.
Thank you.
I, on the other hand, would call 911 immediately, not even try to help you because I know I would be of no use.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this, but 3 pieces of gum in 40 minutes.
It's a hyperfixation right now. It's helping me focus a lot. But maybe you need to focus more on school, or maybe you need to focus more on not being naughty. We were talking about things that you did as a kid that were kind of naughty, but still kind of funny and innocent.
Yeah, when you look back on it, you didn't hurt anybody. You didn't hurt yourself. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny, but at the same time, you do admit, hey, you know what? I was naughty that day.
This one, I don't know if it didn't harm anyone. Tanya said she fed my youngest brother a bottle of Flintstones vitamins. He was 5
too many vitamins could be bad. Yeah.
Yeah. That could be dangerous or sicky. More like sicky.
Well, hopefully all is well. I don't think she'd have told us the comment if it went bad.
True.
If it was some extreme situation.
You never know. I'm just here to help, to support, to share the news that you share on Facebook, K92.3 Waterloo.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else do we have today, Carrie? We do have a chance for people to win some stuff right now.
Truck and tractor pull going on at Small Down Throwdown this Friday, August 23rd in Trappola. Gates open at 5:30. Event starts at 7 o'clock. This truck and tractor pull, we're giving you a chance to win tickets to it. There's going to be food concessions on grounds. It's behind the fire station in Trappola. The event starts at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun. Age 10 and under to get in is free.
Oh, beautiful. You can bring the kiddos with you. You don't have to worry about buying them a ticket.
Yeah.
Or giving them one of the ones you win from us.
True. And it's the first day of school for some kids that day.
There you go.
So you can celebrate by going to this truck and tractor pull, Small Town Throwdown in Trappola.
Let's do it. What caller would you like right now, Carrie? We need a caller this very second.
I say we multiply the amount of pieces of gum I've had this hour by 3. So,
all right.
So that's 9.
Caller number 9, 833-4985 truck and tractor pull for this Friday. Caller number 9, ready, set, go. It's the K Country Morning Show. Who's this? Samantha, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. It's good to know you're having a good Wednesday. Where are you calling from, Samantha?
Edgewood, but I'm driving my kids to daycare in Dyersville right now.
Oh, okay. So you do have some kiddos. Well, I have a question for you, Samantha. Do those kiddos begin school on Friday?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
Are they dreading it or are they excited? Is it anyone's first go at school?
No, it's kindergarten, first grade, and 8th grade.
Oh, they're all pros at this point, right?
They are. Also, they run the gambit. That's wild.
Well, we do have some great news for you, Samantha. You are caller number 9, and for all the kiddos 10 and under, they can go to this truck and tractor pull for free.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations. You know what? We hope you have a great time at the truck and tractor pull, and we also do hope the kiddos have a great first day of school in just 2 days here.
Thank you.
We like to give you a chance to vent and get it off your chest today.
Let us know what's irking your nerves. Hopefully it's not anything. Hopefully it's something we could just talk about on the air. Nothing too.
Yeah, a little free therapy.
Yeah,
for
free
you.
therapy. It's cheaper. There's no copay.
Yeah, you can remain anonymous and really just get that venting out of your system.
Is there someone who's really annoying you? Message us their name and address on the K92.3 app.
Yeah. Well, don't do that.
No, don't do that. We won't do that either. We respect everyone's privacy. But in a few minutes, we're giving you a chance to win those Independence Brewbecue VIP Craft Brew Zone passes. Try saying that 10 times fast.
kind of a mouthful. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it
have
is.
those details in. It's K92.3, and we have got VIP Craft Brew Zone passes for the Brewbecue in Independence, which is coming up soon.
It's going to be a big party. It's going on this weekend. And Gabe, you've been there before. I haven't had a chance to go there. And you say it's a lot of fun.
It was great. Last year, I had a blast, especially just, checking out all of the brew vendors. There's obviously the barbecue. There was music. It was at this awesome park. The weather was great. And it was just a lot of fun. There was some axe throwing the year I was there, which was last year. Whether that's there this year, I'm not sure or not. But it was just an overall great time and a fun day to spend at the park. And it really helps when the weather's great.
Oh, yeah. And from the forecast, it looks like it's going to be a decent day.
That's great.
We're not going to, put the cart before the horse, put the brew before the queue, but it could be nice weather.
That actually wasn't that bad.
Thank you.
I can respect that.
Independence Brewbecue going on at Riverwalk Parks in Independence this weekend, August 24th.
The brew before the queue.
Tell me that wasn't good.
That was actually
Honestly,
solid.
you can't drink before you have the barbecue, right? That would just be bad on the tummy.
That was no. That's definitely not true. That was solid. I'm actually a bit impressed. I like that.
Thank you. We're giving you a chance to win VIP Craft Brew Zone passes. Craft Brew Zone opens for all pass holders at 4 p.m. But VIPs, you get an extra hour of sampling. You get to sample some of the drinks.
That's right. And there's just less people in there. It's really just the maths.
Yeah.
There's only so many VIP passes. And we want to try to hook you up with some of them right about... I don't know, what's that old Super Troopers line? Right about meow.
I like the cat reference.
Sure.
There we go. Call us up, 833-4985. We'll give you a chance to win that Independence Brewbecue. VIP Craft Brew Zone passes, caller number 9. You'll be our lucky winner.
Ready, set, go. Good luck.
Yeah.
It's K92.3. This is Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. Who's this?
Hey, Gabe. This is Scott Jacobson.
Scott, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good.
That's good to hear. Where are you calling from today, man?
Sumner.
All right.
Hey.
Well, I have just 2 questions for you, Scott. Number 1, are you a fan of craft brews?
Yeah, I can handle them.
All right. Hey, that's
You
great.
can handle them.
That's great.
But can they handle you, Scott? That's the question.
That's right.
Well, that is the question, Carrie. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. We know
We'll
you're
give her a shot.
we know you're ready for the Independence Brewbecue. The question is the Brewbecue ready for Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Scott, if you haven't got on, your caller number 9. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
You get an extra hour into that VIP Craft Brew Zone tasting, Scott. That extra hour, just enough to get you responsibly in trouble.
Thank you, sir.
Responsibly a little bit buzzed.
Right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. It is Wednesday, and we like to give you a little time to vent here on Wednesdays. It's the middle of the work week. The work week is just dragging on, and you're waiting for the kids to go back to school. You don't have to entertain them anymore. The chores will finally get done around the house. We know what it... Actually, we have no idea what that's like.
No, we have no idea what it's like.
We do know what it's like to want to vent about something.
Exactly. I think that's a very human experience. We all have things that really get under our skin, irks our nerves, grinds our gears. And we want to give you a platform to share them that's completely free and not, therapy. And you don't need a copay for it.
That's right. And, sometimes it's just complaining, but sometimes it feels good to do.
No, it's always good to complain.
There are definitely some times where, maybe you'll see something and you're like, oh, yeah, but you could really do something about that. Today is the day where, well, at least Carrie won't tell you to change your attitude.
I will never tell you to change your attitude, but I did say this to Gabe before, like a few minutes ago. Anytime something goes wrong, I know I'm responsible for most of the issues in my own life. Like I hold myself accountable. I know I'm the reason a lot of things go wrong.
That's right.
But hey, today it's not your fault. It's everyone else's fault but you.
That's right.
Yes.
Carrie, what irks your nerves? I have one that this blows my gasket.
You go first.
Okay. I like to, during the day, unless it's really hot, then I won't do it. But during the day, we're lucky we get off fairly early in the afternoon. We're in here early, but we get off fairly early as well. And so I like bringing our dog to this dog park that, no one really is at in the middle of the afternoon because they're at work, obviously. So they have this path for like humans to walk around and your dog can kind of play around in the park. And I just like doing it. It's good practice for Nona to be like off leash and stuff like that. And I can still get my steps in. And I think she just gets a little more tired being able to run around than going on just a normal little walk,
Yeah.
And so at this dog park, there are multiple, more than one, Carrie, of these little birdhouse looking things that have like doggy poop bags in them, right?
Okay.
And there are multiple garbages in this dog park. Yesterday, Nona and I or not yesterday, but earlier this week, we were leaving the dog park and we're kind of getting closer to the parking lot, which isn't far. It's maybe 15 yards. And the corner of my shoe steps right in some dog poop. Right in some dog poop. Now, here's what I will say. Here's what drives me nuts.
Tell me.
This is the definition of lazy, and you know how much I hate just little lazy things like that? Okay, if you're on a walk with your dog and you forget to bring a poop bag and your dog poops, yes, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but I understand.
Like it's out of your control.
Well, it is. Bring a dog bag. But I understand that can happen. I do get that.
Yeah.
The dog park provides the bags.
Yeah.
Go get the bag and pick up your dog's poop and throw it in the garbage.
And it's probably like 2 feet away from a garbage can, right?
It's right there.
Yep.
I have never been so annoyed and upset in my life. And I know probably who it was because it was the lady I walked right past. And I have never been so irate in my life. And I shouldn't have been because at the end of the day, I'll just clean off my shoe. But pick up the dang poop, dude. There's a bag right there.
Dude, there's still dookie on your shoe. You're allowed to be mad about this. You're allowed to be really
I did clean them when I get home. But I hate laziness like that.
Yep.
It makes me so mad.
Yeah.
If you're walking and you forget a bag, you should bring one. That's part of your job. But I can understand how, oh, crap, I forgot a bag.
Literally.
Literally, yeah. So I want to hear what yours is, Carrie. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
No, go for it.
It blows my mind when bags are provided for people and they still don't.
Yeah.
Pick up the dang poop and put it in the garbage bin. That's right there. It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. It is a Wednesday. It is an Irks Your Nerves Day. Something you want to just get off your chest, vent about, let out your frustrations. We are here for you. I hate when people have dogs that poop at an area that provides bags and garbages, and they still don't pick up the dog poop. It forever and all time will be something that drives me nuts.
Yes.
I'm actually irritated talking about this.
No,
now.
get it off your chest, man. It's going to feel a lot better. It's going to take some of the wind out of your sails.
Carrie, what irks your nerves this week?
So I don't know how to say it. My mom was staying with me for almost 2 weeks.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun. It was a great time. It was a fun time. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of cool stuff. But there is something, I don't want to say it's about women her age, but I don't know how to say it. Okay, here we go. Let's make it general. But there are some people, including my own mother, who do this where they're hanging out with someone, they're out to eat with someone, and they pull out their phone and they watch TikToks or Instagram reels at full volume. while I'm talking to
yeah.
them. The volume is up. I'm like, girl, we are having a conversation. I am having my chicken tenders. You're having your whatever, and you're pulling out your phone. It drives me nuts when you're out with someone and they just pull out the phone and they have their phone on full volume and
Yeah.
you can hear every single bowel movement of that phone.
Sure.
You know, like
yes.
you can hear every single notification. You can hear every TikTok that they're scrolling through. I am here wanting to have a conversation and an interaction with you.
Yeah.
But you are like, but this video on TikTok is so funny, Carrie. And then you show me the video while I'm talking to you about something important. Drives me nuts. Drives me crazy.
Sure.
I just can't stand people who just have their phones on full volume in public, no headphones. Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry, straight to jail. I hate it. I can't stand it. And then when your phone is on full volume and you're supposed to be like sitting down and interacting with someone else.
Well, maybe she was calling you boring.
Maybe I can go, you know.
I'm just kidding, Carrie. I'm just kidding.
What if I go eat glass? I can do that too. But it is so annoying when you're having
I
a
agree.
conversation with someone and they like it's something I have to work on being more present in conversations and in the moment because of our jobs. I'm checking my phone sometimes, but like at least you can't hear what I'm doing online, you know? That
Yeah.
just really irks my nerves. And we want to know what's really irking your nerves. This is up on Facebook right now. K92.3 Waterloo. Shoot us a message on the K92.3 app. I just cannot stand full volume phones when you're trying to have a conversation with someone. It really irks my nerves.
Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack on the way. Chris Young, Thomas Rhett, and Morgan Wallen. And we do have Irks Your Nerves. We want to know something that's just been driving you crazy, maybe this week, this month, this year, or just this morning. You know what? Maybe little Timmy or little Sarah was being a real PETA this morning. And if you don't know what that means, pain in the...
Astronaut.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the pet organization.
No. No. Let us know something that's been irking your nerves here on K92.3. We have some great comments. For me, it's people who don't pick up their dog poop, especially when the area provides you with a bag and a garbage.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you forget, which you shouldn't, but I understand how
happens.
that happens. It's a whole nother thing when there are bags provided for you.
And it's like 2 feet away from the
Exactly.
doobie.
And number two, Carrie, if you're talking to Carrie or Carrie's talking to you, that phone better be on dang silent, or at least you better not be watching TikTok videos.
Oh my gosh, when you're scrolling and I hear like all the different like TikTok trends, like
It's K92.3. It's Wednesday. What irks your nerves or has been making you mad this past week, this past month, maybe even this past year, and you really just, want to express that frustration? What do we have, Carrie?
Jenny said surveys for every dang thing. You went to the doctor, here's a survey. You ate at a restaurant, here's a survey.
Yeah.
You shopped at a store, here's a survey. I don't want to participate in the survey unless you're giving me something.
Anytime you go somewhere, I understand people wanting to know how the service was, how they did, what was your
Yeah.
experience like, because how else are you going to know if you don't ask?
True.
But by the 18th one of the week, you're kind of you can't hit the skip button fast enough.
The survey fatigue is real.
That's right.
Kind of another thing in line with that is just like when you're at like a restaurant where they just grab something for you, like a bottle of water or like an orange juice or something, and they flip the thing around, asking for a tip. I'm like, you just gave me a bottle of water.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You just gave me a bottle of water. What's going on here?
I know what you're talking about.
Deanna said, stupid people, how they drive.
Yeah.
Everyone else is stupid and not you on the road.
Well, I think that's something people could probably complain about every single
Yes.
day of their life,
Yes.
other drivers.
I will admit that I've recently learned that, that Taylor Swift song?
No, I don't.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Sometimes I'm the problem. I'll admit it.
It's K92.3. It is Irks Your Nerves Wednesday, where we let you vent and get it off your chest. We have some more comments to get to here, Carrie.
Courtney said, when people say I seen.
Oh, instead of I saw?
Yeah,
Yes. Guess who I seen at the supermarket the other day?
If you got to add the I've seen.
Yeah. Or,
I have seen.
Or you could just say, guess who I saw?
Yeah, I'm just giving you options.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk just like everyone else. You want to have some options, some things in your tool belt for when you saw someone at the grocery store.
It is kind of interesting how many people say that.
Yeah.
There are a lot.
I have never heard that before. Like I've never heard that.
Yeah, I seen so-and-so down at the pet shop the other
Yeah,
day. I seen so-and-so at Walmart.
I've never paid attention, but now I'm going to.
Sure.
Kim said liars. That's what's irking her nerves today.
Oh, let's go, Kim.
Yeah, go off. There is nothing worse than when you find out someone's a liar, like a habitual liar. Like your entire friendship is kind of thrown into disorder.
Question.
Exactly. Okay, we got some more comments on Facebook. Jason said people, especially businesses who don't reply to emails.
Sure. The problem is...
Here's the thing. When you are on a morning show where there are two people, one person turns into the designated email responder. That is me. And then Gabe just is a lurker. He does not respond. He's like, hey, what'd they say? Check the email, Gabriel. You know what irks my nerves? When I have to check the email for Gabe and I.
If it is an actual business inquiry, that is a bit different. If it is just... some random survey or just some information I need to know at the end of the week, I will see it, put it in my brain that, I can come back to this. And I never remember to do it. So that's on me.
Yeah.
That part's on me. But if it's actually about a real business thing, I respond.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I just don't always fully read the email.
And then he asks, Carrie, did you what's point A and point B? And I'm
what was the title of this email again?
Just Google it, Gabriel.
It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. And last week was National Roller Coaster Day. There's been a lot of cool stuff about roller coasters on the K92.3 app. Kind of like, have you ridden the tallest roller coaster in Iowa? It's actually at Adventureland, and it is called the Monster. It stands at 133 feet high. And the reason we bringing up roller coasters is there's a new one coming to Waterloo's Lost Island theme park.
Yeah.
Right in our backyard.
Yeah. Officials from the Waterloo theme park announced that a new coaster is in the works. The news came out at the American Coaster Enthusiast Preservation Conference. That's a fun conference to go to, I bet.
Wow.
Imagine the entire meeting just on a coaster. Hands up.
That'd be so sweet.
You're voting for someone. Hands up if you vote for them. Everyone has their hands up.
I love that.
They'll be premiering a new coaster called the Fire Runner in 2025 at Lost Island Theme Park.
I already like the name.
It's sick.
That's dope.
Fire Runner will be the first new coaster built since the amusement park opened in 2022, and this will also be Lost Island's fourth roller coaster. The park's latest addition will be a single-rail Raptor model, and the Fire Runner will also be the first single-rail coaster in the Midwest.
This looks sick. Carrie included a tweet of a photo of the plans for this roller coaster, and the plans make this thing look completely badass.
Yeah, it looks so cool. But let me tell you, Gabe, I just want you to imagine you're on a roller coaster right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna be the person talking.
Okay.
When you strap into this ride in 2025, you'll experience a thrilling 52-mile-an-hour ride over 1,950 feet of track, complete with 3 inversions.
Hey, we were actually on ESPN right there.
Yeah, there we go. In addition, the coaster will have a custom lead cart at the front of the 2 12-card trains. You can see a first look at these on the K92.3 app.
And this looks awesome. Go check this out.
I'm so excited.
It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. We're going to end the program today with a little game we like to call Celebrities Gabriel Doesn't Know. Bum, 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 bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum. Today is August 21st. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. You share a birthday with this 35-year-old who played Juliet Barnes on Nashville and Claire, the indestructible cheerleader on Heroes. She was also Kirby in Scream 4.
How old is she?
35.
So we would have been in the same high school at the same time. I have no idea who this is.
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, all right. Let's go, Hayden. She also was in Remember the Titans. That's how I
Oh,
would have
there
known
we
her.
go.
She
There
was
we
the
go.
coach's kid in Remember
Okay.
the Titans.
This 36-year-old is a country star. She has a song called Merry-Go-Round, Follow Your Arrow, and she always wants you to make sure you're at her place at the golden hour.
Casey Musgraves.
There we go. Trying to make a creative hint there.
I like it. Thank
This
you.
38-year-old Jamaican sprinter was
Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt.
Okay. That was pretty fast. Let's see what else we got going on here. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. You share a birthday with the 65-year-old NFL veteran who's dealing with early onset dementia.
Well, that's very sad.
I know.
He's 65. And,
Remember the Super Bowl shuffle?
Oh, the Bears? I don't know. Walter Payton.
Jim McMahon.
Walter Payton isn't alive, but
Okay.
Jim McMahon? Okay.
Yeah. Did you watch Sex in the City?
I am aware of what that show is.
Okay. Do you know the 68-year-old who played Samantha? Do you know who Samantha was?
Nope.
She was
One of the ladies?
yeah, she was like the blonde, more enthusiastic members of the group.
Ooh, like promiscuous?
A little bit promiscuous.
A little
yeah.
bit spicy?
A little bit spicy.
All right. Well, I don't know who that is.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the people who.
Well, who was it?
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Kim Cattrall.
All right, let's go, Kim.
Kim.
My favorite character.
Yeah, of course.
I've never seen an episode, so I don't know which character I
you would
actually like.
really like it. It's a wild show.
Do you think I would for real?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it a spin today.
Yeah. But don't start with the first season. Start with like the second season.
Why?
Because the second season is better than the first one. It's like The Office. They finally
Yeah.
got their footing.
Okay.
Do you know this 2020, this man who died in 2020, he's a country legend. He is known for songs like The Gambler, Coward of the Country, We've Got Tonight, and that duet with Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream. That is
It's Kenny Rogers.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice. Today is National Senior Citizen Day. Congratulations, Gabe.
Let's go. Thank you.
9
I didn't know they made a day for me.
They make several days for you.
Yes, they do.
Middle Child Day, Left-Handed Day,
Yep.
Men with Inflated Egos Day.
That's right.
There we go.
Don't forget December 5th, the national holiday known as the second coming of... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's my birthday.
That's when the entire world's blood pressure just went up. 9 days until Labor Day weekend, and the NFL season kicks off in 15 days.
Sometimes I'm a wild boy, Carrie.
Sometimes.
That's going to do it for us. We hope you have an awesome day. The world's full of nice people. If you can't find one, you got to be one.